After the director of Mufasa the Lion King prequel came to social media to drop the trailer, fans called him part of Bob Iger's Soulless machine. He's been called out and now he's responding. Let's talk about that on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, investigative reporter for That Park Place, and here with me is the king of Pride Rock, Mr. VashSky. Vash, do you remember who you are?
I believe you asked me this last time, Jonathan. And I do. I just don't know if Barry Jenkins remembers who he is.
Ooh, that's the question that we are going to be contemplating today. This one out of the Hollywood Reporter's Heat Vision blog. That means it's the Hollywood Reporter, but they take out all the stuff that people are actually very interested in talking about and put it in its own section. Barry Jenkins responds to criticism that Mufasa the Lion King is part of a soulless machine. This by Ryan Gajewski, released April 30th. Barry Jenkins isn't necessarily feeling the love from every social media commenter over his involvement in Mufasa the Lion King after the Disney prequel released its first trailer this week. After screening footage at CinemaCon earlier this month, the film's trailer was released online Monday and features narration from Rafiki, explaining that the movie offers the origin story for Mufasa, the lion patriarch, featured in 1994's animated The Lion King, and Jon Favreau's 2019 photorealistic remake of the same name. Gotta point out, I love that they stopped calling these things live-action remakes. Jenkins took to X, formerly Twitter, on Monday to share the trailer, and one user wrote, "Barry, you're too good and talented for this Iger's soulless machine," referring to Disney CEO Bob Iger. Whoo! I didn't write that, but you might think that someone from That Park Place did. Vash? They're coming in hot.
They are. That's pretty tough right there for sure. And judging by the avatar right there, you would have thought that this person, I guess, Christian, would have been a little bit more, a little bit less cutting. They're definitely coming for the throat on this. And look, these live action adaptations have already faced criticism galore because of how derivative they are, or how unimaginative they are, uninspired they are. They're soulless kind of cash grabs. So yeah, I mean, I think there is something to be said about somebody like Barry Jenkins getting involved with something like this, attempting to tell a prequel story to a live action adaptation of an animated film. It's part of that machine for sure.
I think that there's a case to be made that some of these live action remakes have not been soulless. Some of them are definitely there's a gradation here. For instance, I think while Kenneth Branagh's Cinderella is probably not of that Shakespearean caliber that he's so well known for, it actually has a lot of really good production design. In fact, that might be one of the better parts of the film, is the production design. It's got good themes. They're a little bit cheesy, which is, of course, what Disney does best, is cheesiness, or at least they used to. But then you get to things like the live action Lady and the Tramp, which was pushed directly to Disney Plus and is best forgotten, because even though I am not a dog, I still experience the uncanny valley when watching that film. There's also, of course, the Pinocchio, which has not gotten a lot of great reviews, or Peter and Wendy, which was relegated to Disney Plus. The live action remakes are not something that necessarily brings forward the Disney name. You also pointed out Christian right there. I do believe that avatar is Emma Stone from Poor Things, which is another Disney release, that one being under the 20th Century label there. And I don't even want to describe what that movie is about, because it's a little on the, let's say, un-Disney-like side. There is nothing soulless about The Lion King, according to Barry Jenkins. For decades, children have sat in theaters all over the world, experiencing collective grief for the first time, engaging Shakespeare for the first time, across aisles in myriad languages, a most potent vessel for communal empathy. Okay, so we're going with the idea that Lion King is Shakespeare, which, okay, there's some idea here that it might be Hamlet. That's not an insane idea. I disagree with that idea. Barry Jenkins being the director of Mufasa the Lion King, maybe I respect his opinion on that more than the average person here. But communal empathy, I don't like the idea that would be used here. This is the director of Moonlight, which is obviously an LGBT drama that won an Academy Award. Almost didn't win an Academy Award because they misread the envelope when it was read at the Academy Awards.
Should have been La La Land.
Obviously, we all care for Simba when he loses Mufasa in The Lion King. Spoiler alert for that movie that came out in 1994. That whole "Dad, you got to wake up," which of course calls back to the earlier scene where Simba shows up and wakes him up, and he says, "Dad, you got to wake up," and he takes him out and shows him how to be a king here. I see Barry Jenkins' point, but also the person saying that Iger's machine is soulless, that becomes truer and truer every single year.
Yes, especially now. That's kind of what I was saying before. There is some merit to some of these live action adaptations. I'm not saying that there's not, but a lot of them, they're not only forgettable, they're also kind of cash grabs, and they kind of feel like it, especially with the passing of time right here. Yeah, collective grief, a potent vessel for communal empathy. I'm not digging that.
On the idea that these are forgettable, let me just ask you, how many Disney live action remakes do you think there are?
I would say anywhere between 15 and 20.
21, actually. Depending on how you count 101 Dalmatians or 102 Dalmatians, or the Rudyard Kipling Jungle Book has been given a live action remake twice. There's, of course, the 90s ones, and you're not sure exactly how you count that. So 19, not all of them going to theaters. And I would challenge anyone to name all of them in under a minute. Naming all 21 of these films might be a little bit of a feat. And also it depends on how you count Christopher Robin. Of course, Christopher Robin, a great idea. Again, gets a little cheesy at the end. Ewan McGregor is married to Haley Atwell in that one. So those are two charming people on screen. It's good stuff. But Barry Jenkins spent way too much time online that day. So there is, of course, more to talk about. This one from Q Anthony Ali, replying to these people. Read the original comment that you're too good and talented for Iger's soulless machine. I agree with that comment. Disney represents the capture of a creative expression by finance-driven corporate interests, and it exists to fence children's imaginations behind a paywall. Ouch.
Is this John Trent? Hey, John, yeah, come on. You can't be doing stuff like this. Oh, wait. No, it's not. I mean, like you said, Jonas, it's like if one of us were responding to Mr. Jenkins here.
Yeah, you said, and that Barry Jenkins wouldn't have said that, what you just said. But it's cool. You said it. I responded. It's done. I'm going to work. I'm going back to work now. Much respect. This is the problem when you're at this level of creation and you're steering what is probably a $250 million film. You probably don't need to spend that much time on Twitter. There's some people that it can benefit, but it has to be someone that is generally well liked. But you're going to have an anxiety attack when you get to the point that it is not well liked here. Okay, so first of all, I don't have a lot of faith in this film. It could be, as Sean Bailey, the producer of this film, describes it, a Star Wars level epic that is going to launch a series launch a Lion King universe that we will be talking about for generations to come. It's possible. That 1994 Lion King movie, it is possibly one of the best things that Disney has ever made. It's one of my favorites. What's that right there under the graphic of the lightsaber? Over the graphic of the lightsaber there, Vash?
It's not the lightsaber you're looking for. I'll say this, Jonas. This is the like to dislike ratio of the Mufasa, the Lion King teaser trailer right here.
Ooh.
98K up, 198K down. Look, it might launch a epic cinematic universe in the form of Star Wars, or maybe even Marvel, to Sean Bailey's excellent vision that nobody else had. But with this kind of momentum, I'm not thinking that's going to be the case.
I gotta say, I don't have a lot of faith in this film, and I think Barry Jenkins probably needs to get off of Twitter. If he decides to do another Disney film after this, we will know whether or not he truly believes that statement, because Disney likes to keep all of their talent in-house. They like to go ahead and announce before something comes out, oh, by the way, this person is coming back. They've done that with a lot of Star Wars movies. They've done that with a lot of other things where they're going ahead and saying, no, we're so confident in this film, we're going to do another one. But we want to throw this to our commenters here. Is Bob Iger the head of a soulless machine, or is Mufasa the Lion King the movie that you have been looking for all this time? Has the king returned to the Walt Disney Company? Let us know in the comments section. Let us know in the comment section down below. Of course, like this video if you like this video, and consider subscribing to That Park Plays for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.